Nature is lovely, invincible, glad, whatever is done and suffered by her creatures. All the scars she heals, whether in rocks, or water, or sky, or hearts. John Muir. Nature has the power to heal our mental and physical health. My name is Aurelia Kaufman, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Grace Trail. Now, you may be wondering, what is a Grace Trail? Well, the simple answer is that it's a mindfulness trail. This trail was created by Anne Berry Jolis, and throughout the trail, you must ask yourself 5 questions. These 5 questions correlate with the letter of grace. These questions are, what am I grateful for? What do I need to release? What do I need to accept? What is my next challenge? And what can I embrace as possible? The Grace Trail allows its participants to practice healthy ways to process emotions, which not many of us know how or where to start with that. I had the pleasure of interviewing Anne, and she shared with me that she created this trail at a very low time in her life. She had been struggling a lot, and she had seen some of the questions on the internet, so during these hard times, she asked herself these questions and found them really helpful. This spreaded her idea to share them with others so they could also help themselves, and therefore the Grace Trail was created. Now you're probably wondering, how did I find out about this trail? Well, I was introduced to this trail in my yoga class during my sophomore year. One day during our class, our teacher took us outside to the trails around the high school, and we walked through them, and she guided us through asking ourselves these questions. I immediately loved it, and I thought it was a great thing, and I have found myself asking myself these same questions when I find myself in tough situations, and it's really helpful. These pictures are when I visited the original trail, which is in Plymouth, Mass. And it was really cool because it was kind of through the woods, around the beach, and it was just really amazing to be in nature. And the amount of people that I saw there was just amazing because a lot of people wanted to do it, and people knew where it was, so it's really cool. Being outside in nature and practicing mindfulness helps both your mind and your body, so it's really nice. Throughout the semester, I asked myself the question of what effect does nature and mindfulness have on our mental health? I already had some knowledge of the benefits of nature on our mental health, but this research allowed me to dig deeper and also find out things that I hadn't known before. There were some common themes that I had found that were mentioned in most of the sources that I had found. Nature has a significant role in our mental health, and some of the ways that I found that mental health can be helped by nature was with disorders such as anxiety, depression, ADHD, and it also can help with physical conditions such as heart disease and even cancer, which I was not aware of, which I found really cool. Time spent in nature also stimulates memory and thinking as well as creativity. Another common theme that I noticed was that it was constantly referred to being a sanctuary for humans, and researchers and scientists were constantly stressing how important this is to us, especially during this recent pandemic, for us all to go out in nature, take a break, reset. What I found surprising during my research, one thing that I found surprising was that a lot of doctors have actually prescribed their patients with going out in nature, just spending some time outside doing something, which I found it really cool that that's interchangeable with medicine and it can be almost a cure for certain things. So this was my process of how I created my Grace Trail at Bow High School. So first off, obviously, I went to the original trail in Plymouth, Mass. to just get a feel for what it was, and I looked at the website to see how I wanted to create it myself. And then I planned out how I wanted my end product to look, which it took a few times because what I had in the beginning is different from what I have now, so obviously planning, seeing what would work best. So I started with the materials. Did I want wood? Did I want metal? Originally, I had thought metal, but then I went for wood. Then I had to figure out, obviously, where the signs would go. So these are my supplies, and then these are me getting my supplies. And then obviously, I took many trips because there were some things that I forgot. It was a big process, and it was cool to see how she might have done. She used rocks, but it was cool to see how she might have done this and how mine was different from her process. Then I painted all of the posts and the boards, and then I had to put the posts in before the ground froze. Once I had the posts in, I had time to sketch the letters and paint them. And then finally, I had my finished products, and I put the boards onto the posts, which are around high school trails, starting at the football field, and they go down to a pond. Overall, what I gained from this experience was I found it really cool to see how to like make something that I had in my mind like come a reality, and like the processes of trial and error, and how I took someone else's idea and made it my own kind of. And I just thought it was a really cool experience, and I liked how I like made something for a community to help them process their emotions. And so I was helping the community, which I really like. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. John Muir. Nature is a necessity in healing of our physical and mental health, so I invite you to take time and go out in nature. Thank you.